Good Christmas Day. Yes, it is Christmas. And every year for the last couple of years, I have shown off some of the things that my wife got me. Now, if you don't want to see what I got as a present for Christmas, that's fine and dandy. You don't have to watch this. You can turn it off right now. But if you actually want to see what I've gotten, and some of it's not in here, some of it's actually already in the bedroom because I was gonna work on it. Unless I put it in here, then never mind. I'll just shut my mouth. um, every year I get a lot of stuff that's necessities, like clothes, and then I get other stuff that's not necessities, but there's something I wanted, or something Jerry Ann saw and said, "Ooh, Jim would love this." One of them I'm gonna show right away. I'm already wearing it. It is a Raven's skull with the Nordic compass on it. I saw this. A friend of mine had one and was wearing it, and I thought it was cool because of the way it looked. Um, there's other reasons behind it, but I'm not going to talk about it and ruin the meaning of the day. So I'm just going to go on. Jay had got me a couple pairs of pants because some of the pants I have are either getting too small or starting to deteriorate from the years of usage. So she got me this nice pair of carpenter's pants. Now, anybody who's seen carpenters or know carpenters and whatnot know what they mean because of these two side pockets that are on the hip. You can put like a pen, a pencil, anything you might need that you need to grab easily for marking off spots to cut, measure, whatever. Which was great. No, I'm just randomly grabbing. And I'm going to probably put these on in a second. She bought me a pair of brand new winter house slippers with the fleece. See if I can back up without any problems. They have the fleece lining. The old ones I have, which were actually good year-round if I wore a thick sock. That's the thing, is I don't want to have to wear thick socks all the time. So, get the inserts out. Whoops, don't go flying nowhere. The paper. What else is down in here? I'm not going to take this tag off until I try them because I have not tried them yet. Ooh, cozy. Yes, I think the tag can come off. I probably have to cut it off. A little tight with the sock I have on. But I'm very thankful for them. I had a feeling these would be good without socks. Like, say I want to walk around the house without socks. And, okay. Must be my sock. Have to stretch out the shoe a little bit. I just got to be careful with my right foot because it's been my bad foot for some time now. And I don't want to aggravate whatever's causing the problem. But, ooh, these are so warm. My foots and my tootsies are getting warm real quick. That's great. She got me socks. I did not realize when she said she was going to get me some socks, they would be pride colors. And I have no problems with that. I really don't. There might be other people who have problems, but that's their problem, not mine. Due to the fact that I do have a sister-in-law who is part of the LGBTQ plus, as well as a cousin, Jerry's side of the family. It's personal preference. So, but those are good for, I'll be honest with you, the way I wear my clothes, you probably will not see any of the colors or the, that, gay okay. So it doesn't really matter the colors. That's just because of family connections to the LGBTQ community. I'll be honest with you, the number of people who fall in that category that I've been around or dealt with, they seem like they're normal as you and me. What happens behind closed doors, I don't care. That's between them. I need a new winter gloves, and I'm looking at my new accessory, my ring, and going, I don't know if I can wear a glove. And it does have a zipper to open it up a little bit, see what happens when I try to put this on with the ring. Once I get past the actual, oh, these are nice. And they've got the fingertips for electrical for devices. I'm just hoping they'll be more durable than the last pair of gloves that I had fingertips like this, because the last pair of gloves that I had that had the fingertips for using electronic devices, the padding started to crack and break, basically. So I'll just have to worry about that in the future, but what does it say on here? Wind glove. I guess they're windproof as well, which is great, because the old winter gloves I have were somewhat a pain in the butt, but they did good while they lasted. The next thing is a gag, what Jerry called a gag joke, but I'm also kind of like, I don't see a gag in this, because they can be useful for camping. Oops. Come on. Because it's a mayo mustard ketchup holder for camping. So this is actually going to go in the camp gear. Another pair of nice pants. These are actual true cargo pants. These are true cargo pants with a drawstring. Which is nice. I mean, I could use them for everyday pants, or just, travel pants, whatever. Here's another pair of pants. Jerry had gotten me 3 pairs of pants, and only one of them was what she thought she was getting for me, and I said, it doesn't matter, Jerry, I love them all. These are another part of cargo pants, or not cargo pants, carpenter's pants. Which is good, because having those 2 little side pockets, great for a pen or any other small object that I need with me, throughout the years, or whatever you want to call it. And then this is just, 4 pair of pants. These are just regular, like, sweatpants. I can wear them around the house. I can wear them out, as long as I don't need a pocket, because they don't have pockets. And it's the only downside, which Jerry was kind of upset about, because she was hoping to find me some nice pants I could wear wherever. Now, the next item I'm going to show you is, well, let's say I'm very happy with them. I'm like, when am I going to wear them? pair of gauntlets, basically, or arm braces, whatever you want to call them, with Yggdrasil, the willow tree. This symbol right here is actually Celtic in origin, and this is a pair of ravens. So if you know anything about Norse mythology, you know that Odin had 2 ravens and 2 wolves. And if you know about mythological, it is known through nature that crows and ravens actually guide wolves to a fresh kill. Wolves during the wintertime when prey is scarce, wolves will scavenge. They have no problems with that. So there's that relationship. This next item is a pair of socks for advanced healing compression socks, and it's got shea butter for moisturizing. It has apricot keel oil for increased elasticity, and rosehip oil for rejuvenating the skin. Some sort of other item that I can't even tell what it is. It's for soothing the skin. And vitamin E for nourishing the skin. So Jerry got me a pair of these socks to try out. And I am going to try them out probably tomorrow because I have to work tomorrow. And see how well they work. This next item is another gag gift. But when she explained it to me, I was kind of like, that's not actually all that, far-fetched. It's basically a beard apron. You basically suction cup it to a mirror and then strap it around your neck. So when you go to trim your beard with your electric razor, it collects the hairs in the apron, or what you want to call that. And so when you're done shaving, you can take it off your neck or off the mirror and just leave it around your neck, go over to the trash can, and let the beard hairs fall out of the apron into the garbage. So it's less. It won't make the bathroom look unkept, basically. Now here's something funny. Okay, Jerry got me this ring off of Amazon. Came in a little baggie. But when we were at the Oklahoma Oddities and Curiosities deal, we had stopped by our friend's booth, and I did not see this, but Jerry caught sight of this nice little, it's, you can put whatever you want in it, probably use it for smudging or burning of objects, small pieces of paper, stuff that I can keep in control, or put in like a potpourri type concoction inside this thing. It has this nice little lid. It's plaster of Paris or something like that, but it had that on the lid. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to angle it so you can see it, but it's the Nordic compass or Odin's compass, however you want to put it, or that's how it's recognized. So this was a nice little surprise, for over here at the apothecary table, which has to be cleaned up sometime soon. Trying to get the last of the stuff out of the bag, because I'm probably going to put most of it back in the bag, because most of it goes back in the bedroom. Basically, we have these big giant Santa bags and we put our presents in. So the other thing she got me, which was, I think she got a mated pair. Basically, it's two journals, or what look like little journal books, that are identical with a leaf of some sort on it. And it's just basically a nice little leather bound blank parchment type paper, and basically anything that takes a 3-ring binder, a small 3-ring binder, I can easily replace the papers with something else, whether it's lined paper, whether it's more of the parchment paper, whether it's a almost pocket-sized calendar booklet, which is sometimes nice. This stays in here somewhere. I gotta come in here. I told Jerry that within the week between Christmas and New Year's, I'd like to come in here on my days off, as well as maybe in the morning time, and try to clean up in here. But we'll see what happens. I saw my calendar, and it looks like I'm going to have a lot of days off that I don't remember asking for, so I have to talk to one of the bigwig managers. The next things I'm going to show you, I know you're going to be like, oh, Jerry's just enabling me to sit around and play video games. Well, yes and no. I haven't really sat down and played a video game in, I'm going to say, almost a week. Because this past week has been very busy. And very, let's just say the last week or so has been like a roller coaster. I never know how I'm going to feel when I wake up until, I wake up and have my first cup of coffee. Sometimes that first cup of coffee wakes me up. Sometimes it's like, the cold, the dank, the dark. I couldn't live in the Arctic Circle or any place that's going to have 6 months worth of dark, because that would just, unless I'm playing something that will keep my mind off the dank, dreary atmosphere. But she got me 4 video games that were on clearance. And that's the Mass Effect Legacy Edition, which I think is all 3 video games of Mass Effect crammed onto one package. There might be like 2 or 3 discs in here, but hey, it's one of my favorite trilogies. Then she got me Assassin's Creed Origins on PS4. And my brain at first was like, don't I have this for PS4? And if I do, Jerry's going to have to tell me where she got it from so I can exchange it for whatever. But these next 2 games, I know I didn't have them, and I really, really wanted them. And the first one is Jedi Fallen Order for PS4. It's like the newest, latest Star Wars video game. And then the one that I've been waiting for. This is launch edition. Hopefully it has upgrades. That's PS5. She got it for PS4, so she got it good. But Gods of War Ragnarok. So this one is, if anybody knows the God of War series, knows that the main character basically was thrown out of Olympus. Basically, he's a Greek god who has found his way to the Northland, married a Northland woman, had a Northland son. I don't know the whole story, but it sounds like the son grows up in this game and becomes pretty powerful himself, but I'm not sure. The next item, which is, you know what, I'll be honest with you. I love the games. I love the clothes. I love all the stuff that I got. But the one thing that Mom got me, and I kind of asked her for it, but I told her it's, don't go overboard, don't pay a lot of money for it. So she got me a at a glance my week book, but when it's all it has in it so far is undated or unmarked months. So they have January to December unmarked. And it's got a couple extra pages towards the back for calendar, notepads, a zipper pouch for whatever you need to put in there, and a notepad. So what Mom did is she added into her purchase is my day with monthly calendar for 2013, and this is dated. So I can unwrap this, slap it in there, and I'll be good. And pull out the undated ones, stick it in some other location for the future. It's got a couple side pouches in the front, pin holder in the back. So, well, I think this is one of my best Christmas presents this year, because instead of having to buy a new calendar book every year, all I have to do is buy the replacement pages. So that, and I can start scheduling my life a little bit better and making my life more coherent to my needs or wants. So put everything in the bag. I will say this much: I'm not disappointed with anything I got. I'm far from being disappointed. Everything I got, I love. I think it's great. I will take it all into my bedroom and do try-ons to make sure they fit. I'm pretty sure they do, because Jerry's very good with my measurements. But I will tell you this much: this has been one of the greatest Christmases I've had in a very long time. And not because of what Jerry buys, but because this year I finally realized that if I look, I can probably find something to buy for Jerry myself. I do appreciate her doing most of the purchasing, because I don't always know her sizes. I don't always remember what she likes in color coordination or design or whatnot. But this year she had sent me up to Walgreens to basically get some more Christmas candy, which we really didn't, and whatever I wanted for myself. And I was just kind of like, okay. But to my surprise, as well as Jerry's, I didn't buy myself any soda, which was kind of one of the things that she meant by go buy yourself something, is to buy yourself some soda. I'm kind of glad I did, but I'm kind of glad I'm kind of glad that I did, but I'm kind of unhappy that I didn't. It shows that I'm taking responsibility for my health. But when I saw the presents that I got Jerry, 3 Harry Potter items, I was more focused on, when I saw him, I was more focused on Jerry and getting Jerry something. And I totally forgot about getting myself any kind of soda or anything special like that. So, I mean, I did this yesterday, and I will tell you this much. My, I don't even know how to, I wouldn't know how to categorize it. But between the happiness and joy that it made me feel to get these items, knowing that Jerry would love them, and just seeing her face of surprise when she opened them up. And I tried to be like cute and funny because um, she has me like wrap and label her gifts, which is fine by me. But like she had a pair of socks that she bought for herself, and I went on there to Jerry Ann from Dobby. Now, anybody who knows the Harry Potter series, you know who Dobby was, and I thought it was funny. I thought it was cute. And then I got her, and I did not label it the way I wanted to, but I got her a 3.5 foot blow up Harry Potter Christmas themed lawn garden blow up, or whatever you call it. But I was going to label it from Hogwarts, but my brain wasn't focused on it, and I just wrote my name. And then I got her a mug with a pair of socks that had to do with Dobby, and I think I labeled that Dobby as well as the socks. And then she bought herself a Harry Potter Christmas tree ornament and a Harry Potter Christmas tree. Well, the first one was Harry Potter's basically bobblehead size, big head, whatever you want to call them. And the other one was just a stack of books. And I tried to label the stack of books from Hermione. And I think I labeled the actual Harry Potter ornament as Hogwarts. So I was trying to be cute about it, but between my lack of spelling and my brain being tired at the time, if I had found anything that I could have labeled that one box of shirts from Ron, because Ron's family is known for giving custom knitted sweaters to as their gifts. But it was too late. I had already wrapped them and marked them down, and my brain just kind of went, it's good. Everything's wrapped. Let's just get everything underneath the table or under the tree and the whole nine. And I loved it. I mean, I enjoyed doing it. I'm kind of like, I don't want to wrap what I didn't buy. Let the person who bought it for themselves wrap it. But then I was like, you know what? No, last night I was not really in the mood for Christmas. I did not have a lot of Christmas cheer. I was just kind of like, I'm doing the usual, last minute, late evening, wrapping. And I'm one that usually doesn't like wrapping or doing last minute Christmas stuff at quarter till midnight. But it was a good holiday. I mean, it was a good Christmas. I got some of the things I wanted. I got some of the things I needed, and I got things I wasn't even expecting. So it was kind of like one of those, wow, wasn't expecting this, wasn't expecting half flippers or, 4 new pairs of pants. I knew I had requested a couple. I think I probably even told Jerry Ann, because Jerry Ann said, hey, if you can have video games besides the new God of War, which ones would you want for PS4? And I was kind of like, well, you have to give me a little bit more specific, information. And she told me that a lot of the games that I play, or some of the games that I play, were being marked down 50% or something like that. And I like went, well, okay, tell me which games are there, and I'll tell you which ones I would like to have, and then you can pick and choose. So I told her, I was like, you know, Star Wars, Fallen Order, um, oh, jeez, I can't remember the names already because that's how my brain is. I'm more excited to clean up in here and start working on this date book because I have online, somebody sent me a calendar for 2013 with the various pagan holidays, and I was kind of like, cool. Now I can know which holidays fall on when, and start looking up the information about those holidays just to see um, historically what they were. You know, am I gonna celebrate them? I don't know. It depends. Depends on how I feel when those holidays come around and if I know about them. Because I know about the spring solstice and the various holidays, and I just drew a blank. I'm sorry. But I'm hoping that everybody, I mean, I did not show off my gifts and whatnot as bragging rights or anything like that. I just showed them off because this is how well my wife knows me and this is how much she loves me. I mean, the house slippers, I knew I needed a new pair. I told her about it. I wasn't expecting her to get one. In fact, I was not expecting the Christmas we had. And the reason why is because within the last um, week and a half, maybe more, we've kind of fallen on some hard times because of bills that we did not expect it to deal with. The out of the ordinary, like our car, the back brakes on our vehicle were making grinding noises, and the left rear tire was the one making the worst amount of noise. Well, when the mechanic got it up on the jack and looked underneath there at the brakes and whatnot and went, your left rear need total replacement. We have to literally like not just replace the padding, but it was ground down to the point where they had to replace other components. Basically, if I had driven another 50 miles while stepping, while having to step on my brakes every so many miles, that rear brake would have been gone. They would have had to literally replace every aspect of that area, and that would have been buku money. But between both rear brakes being, needing total replacements, not just padding, but compression, the whatever it is that does the compressions, front brakes were okay, so they didn't mess with the front brakes. Padding was still good. It was the rear brakes, and I ended up sitting in the mechanic shop for 4+ hours, waiting for them to do whatever they had to do between ordering the parts, getting the parts, and so basically it took a large chunk out of holiday and savings, because we do build up a savings for incidents like this, in hopes of using it for something else, like going away for a holiday, things of that nature. But I hope that everybody who's watching this is having a very good holiday, a very good Christmas. I mean, I know that as looking back at my childhood, Christmas for me as a child was about the presents, and even up until my late 20s, early 30s, right before I got married, I was always anxious about what's under the tree, what's under the tree. Yeah. Now it's more like not not really what's under the tree, but is everybody enjoying themselves? Holiday feasts, family gatherings, which we don't always get to have because, family is not in the same area as I live. I mean, my aunt, who's in St. Louis, I think went down to Florida to see her son. And, it just, reminds me of it sort of reminds me as a situation when I was a kid, especially in Germany. You can't just pack up your car and go see grandma and grandpa and all the aunts and uncles and whatnot for Christmas because they're thousands of miles away, across a great big ocean. So it's just enjoying my family that's in my house. And did everybody get what they wanted, or did they get something they didn't expect but really needed or really wanted? Like Jerry Ann and I went and got Mom a brand new through QVC, so I can pay that in monthly payments. But we got her a brand new iPad with accessory kit from QVC. So I'm like, that really pleased her. She was really, really, really happy with that because her old tablet was getting to the point where it was just gonna self destruct. I don't know. And then I got Jerry those 3 Harry Potter items from Walgreens, which was a kind of a lucky find. Like, ooh, look, there's something Harry Potter I know Jerry doesn't have. She might be able to use that. Oh, that's great. She would get a laugh out of that, or the blow up. It's like, oh, Jerry didn't know. So she was like, oh, they've got a Christmas one because we have a Halloween one or a fall one, however you want to put it. So it's kind of like, that was her big surprise. My big surprise was my ring and the little pot that I got. The clothing was nice because I'm always going through clothes. And I don't want to put a damper on this holiday. Because I don't want it to sound like I don't appreciate what I got, because I do. It's just now it's kind of like, okay, now I have to go in and find some of my older pants that I can give away or toss out because they're so worn. And it's really weird that they're worn in, excuse my language, the crotch region. And I don't know if that's because of the way I walk. That region on the inner thigh rubs together and causes it to fade and the friction is basically tearing up the material. Jerry does ask me what I want. I'm like, ooh, what do I want? I don't know for sure. A lot of times that's exactly what I'll say. I'm like, I'm not sure what to ask. But I did, the date book is one of the things I asked for from Mom. I said, well, I need a good date book, and I'm tired of throwing away a date book and having to start all over. I want a new book that I can just pull out the old information and throw that in the shredder or something like that and replace it with next year's information. So that was like a real bonus. But actually, there's no but. I mean, I like everything I got. I cannot complain, and I will not complain, because personally, there's no real use for complaining. So yeah, but I'm yeah, I'm happy with this year. So, anyhow, if you guys enjoyed this video, you can give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and throw them in the question comment box. If you're new to my channel and you want to hear about mythology, especially Norse mythology, my take on a lot of different views, my life in general, you know, every so often I sit there and go, my life's been boring. And my wife's like, are you kidding me? You've seen Germany as a young boy. You've been to a lot of different places. You're interested in a lot of different things. You love nature. You love animals. You just, I've been places and had interacted with a lot of different animals I've interacted with on my own terms. I've literally hand fed chipmunks at Yellowstone. You know, I've had to carefully maneuver my way around elk up in Mammoth Hot Springs during the rut. Because, I mean, bull elk during the rut, if they perceive anything that could be a threat to his harem, goes on the offensive very quickly. So you have to be able to move in such a way that you're not perceived as a threat between the dorms and your workstation. Different interactions with ghosts in the top floor of the Mammoth Hotel at Mammoth Hot Springs, Yellowstone. Now, there's a lot of things I've had experiences with, and people want to sit there and deny the possibility. Well, that's their problem, not mine. I've had life experiences that some people might not believe, and some people will be like, ooh, tell me more. I'm open to just about any positive thing that you might want to talk about. I mean, like I said, I've got my Norse mythology. I've got a book called The Lost Chapters, or The Lost Books of the Bible. I've got a lot of different interests in metaphysics, mythology, especially Norse mythology because of my bloodline. Native American stuff. I've got a bunch of books from an author named Mary Summer Rain, and it's kind of difficult to find those books nowadays because she's publishing her own. She's finally got the rights to publish the books the way she wants them, you know, and because of one issue or another, the books became hard to find because people just, I don't know. But you know, in some ways, Mary Summer Rain was a mentor via her books on Native American medicines and lore. Because of my found interest or my found lineage to the Nordic countries, you know, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, northeastern Germany, Iceland, and Greenland. Well, I don't have any. I have bloodlines from Germany and Norway, and Sweden. Denmark, yeah, a smidgen. Germany, you know, a good chunk of the percentage. And then, granted, the other parts are like Welsh and Scots-Irish. So I have what some people call a mixture of old school blood, new school blood. The reason why I say that is because the Vikings would be the old school, while the modern day Norwegian, German, that would be considered new school in my brain. But when I found out I had, a good percentage of different countries that had Nordic control, you know, the Welsh area of England, that strip of land from what used to be called West Anglia up towards Scotland. There's an area that used to be called the Danelaws because the Danish Vikings controlled that whole area. Or it was a mixture of Norwegian, Danish, and I don't know. But at that time, most of the Nordic lands were known as Scandinavia. So sometimes they wouldn't be separated by their actual home country. They'd just be like Scandinavians, which I don't think Scandinavians exist anymore, or because of the changes in borders and language and separations of countries. Saying Scandinavia, people are like, where's Scandinavia? I'm like, oh, that's right. Scandinavia is an old school map. Basically, Scandinavia composed of Finland, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, northern Germany, over towards where, parts of northern Russia were actually called Scandinavia, and though they were all bound by the same religion, basically. But anyhow, I keep on wanting to sign off. If you're interested in any of the stuff that I just said and you want to join, you can hit the little subscribe button, and then a little bell pop up. Click on that bell, and YouTube lets you know when I put in my next video. So now, until next time, you guys have a good day. Enjoy. Bye.